lighting people. We're pleased to bring you the news of another lighting industry acquisition. LMPG, the company formerly known as Lumenpulse Group, has just acquired its third lighting company in 7 months. The acquisition target this time? Architectural Lighting Works, also known as ALW. The California maker of architectural lighting now joins LMPG and becomes a sister brand to other well-known names like Lumenpulse, Sternberg Lighting, and Fluxworks. So we're pleased to be joined today by FX Souvay, LMPG's founder, president, and CEO, to discuss the acquisition of ALW. FX, hello and congratulations on the big news.
Hello, Al. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm a little bit floored by all this flurry of acquisition activity you have. We're going to get into that in a moment. But first, tell us, why did LMPG acquire ALW?
So ALW, it's like anything you do in a company. I mean, it's not something we improvise. I mean, the same way we have a strategic plan, for new product development for all of our brands, we do have a strategic plan, what we would call the strategic M&A roadmap. And ALW has been on that roadmap for quite a while. We've been watching their evolution. They've been building a strong brand over the past few years and really raising the bar on the way they were approaching product development and bringing new families to the market. We felt that they were approaching the architectural interior space and some exterior as well with their offering from the acquisition of V2 Lighting that they've done years ago in a very different manner. They're very customer-centric. It's an unbelievable company that truly cares about all constituents in the market. And we felt they could be an unbelievable new members of the team. And also we could learn from them and apply what we are learning from them, like we're doing it with all of our other brands, and make the other brands benefits from that learning experience. So we're really excited to have ALW joining the team.
Yeah, it seems like an acquisition that kind of fits like a glove with the other 7 brands now that are under LMPG. And when you look at your activity that you folks have been doing, there's no other North American lighting company that's made like so many acquisitions in such a short time recently. So what's inspired this flurry of acquisition activity?
So it's not a secret to our industry members that the lighting industry in North America and across the world is very fragmented, and the specification lighting industry is even more fragmented because we do have experts in specific niche markets. That's the way it's structured, because the generalists of our industries, are the agents. They are the one, really putting the solutions together. And we're seeing a lot of independent brands, whether they are owned by private equity, whether they are owned by their founders today, at a certain point in time, they're going to come to a point where they're going to get to that crossroad and really questioning themselves about, okay, what's next? And we really believe that there is another option, on how M&A and consolidation could be played. And our approach is we're excellence facilitators. That's what we're doing. We're bringing all of our collective experience and what we're learning from all of our brands, and we're making it an asset that is available to every brand in the group while maintaining their brand continuity and leveraging the manufacturing synergies and supply chain synergies we can achieve. We see tremendous potential to continue to grow the group like that, while embracing, if you will, the fragmentation of the industry instead of fighting it and trying to integrate it into one funnel. We believe it could be respected and drive significant value for all constituents.
Yeah, that makes sense, and that's a big picture plan that also hones in on some of that fragmentation that you mentioned. And so when we compare LMPG today to what it looked like maybe 2 years ago, 5 years ago, it's much bigger and looks much different than it did. So what does the future hold? What is your ultimate plan for what you want LMPG to look like?
So, we have identified several verticals, several segments of the industry that we want to continue to deepen our penetration and augment our presence, whether it's being deeper into existing vertical by having more options, whether it's expanding our reach for existing brand with tuck-in acquisitions. What we call a tuck-in would be more a smaller brand that could be integrated into a brand like V2 was to ALW, for example. So we're not closing the door for those things, but we're really creating a very unique, dynamic entrepreneurial lighting company. We're focusing right now in North America, and we're definitely not closing the door to expand internationally. But we're going to go step by step and focusing in the US first and Canada and continuing to expand. So yes, you have to expect seeing us continuing to grow and growing with the right brands, with the right people that are fully empowered to create a very strong, agile lighting group, and that's really the ambitions.
Earlier, FX, you mentioned some of those synergies that can happen on the manufacturing side and other things, but on the market-facing side, as an industry observer, I don't see a lot of like LMPG becoming, one company that looks the same. Some of your oldest brands, or more mature brands, I should say, like Lumenpulse or Sternberg or Fluxworks, they seem to have an autonomy about them on the product development side, which agents they partner with in the various markets in US and Canada. So how are you able to have these brands coexist so successfully and seemingly do it while empowering them with such autonomy?
So what you're asking me is a very important question, and that's part of our strategy. So the industry is fragmented for a reason. There are different players, and all of those players are innovating in their sectors, in their respective sectors, and they also have their rep channels or agent networks, if you will, and they have their preferred relationships with specifiers, whether it's architects, landscape architects, lighting designers, and everybody has, all specifiers are independent. They can choose whatever they want. But once they get comfortable with certain partners or participants in the industry, they keep using those products over and over again. So we feel that if we're trying to consolidate, we will bring this connection between the brands, their environment, internal environment, which includes the agents, and also the connection to their specification community. So we feel innovation resides stronger in a smaller organization than when it's melted into a larger one. So we want to keep that independence on the front end, meaning product development, sales, marketing, innovations. And then on the manufacturing and supply chain, we're going to be intelligent as a group. We are doing it already. If we feel that we can be more agile and be more cost effective, to consolidate some of the manufacturing and supply chain, we are doing it anyway. We've been doing it forever, but it's transparent to the industry. But the brand autonomy in the market, the innovation, the ability to decide what's next, it's going to be for each brand president to decide. And that's how we're developing our strategy.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. And you famously founded Lumenpulse. Was it 2006? Around 2006, yeah. You founded it? Yep. Okay. So 17 years ago, you founded Lumenpulse and grew that very, very quickly. And part of that vision was you were anticipating what the market needs were. So now, as we talk about this company that's grown to be quite large with many different brands under the LMPG umbrella, when you look at the market and when you see what specifier preferences are, or trends, or technology evolution, what do you see? What do you look to in the short, long-term future that you feel that your company needs to adapt to or address from a solution standpoint?
So one thing for sure is there's several answers to that question, several elements, if you will, to answer this question correctly from my perspective. But definitely what I think we have really evolved in our industry is we went from quantity of light. I mean, when we moved from traditional sources to LEDs, it was all about, lumens per watt, how many lumens per watt we can deliver. And nobody cared about quality of light. Nobody cared about candelas, where the light is going. It was all about the quantity of light. And we all know that, when you use that available light, what truly matters is, it's having the right amount of light where you need it, and then you're having the control when you need it. So I think the future is really in the ability to innovate on the optical side of things and to really do greater things, better things, to deliver the best possible quality of light. We're dealing with a nano source that is allowing us to really control that light like we've never been able to do in the past. I think we need more innovation in our industry on optical design and on optical control. And then when it goes down to controls, it's still a race right now. I mean, it's like there's several protocols that exist in the industry. There's no common protocols being adopted, and there's several ways to design a project with respect to controls. So I really believe that the companies that could be everybody's best friends, you know, from a controls perspective, you know, being compatible as much as possible seamlessly, you know, will definitely be in a better position in the industry than trying to adopt one approach into controls. So I think it's really optical innovation and visual comfort should be the priority. And I think this is what I'm seeing. This is our number one priority. And I'm seeing this, you know, being questioned and requested from the specification community.
Great insights, as always, FX. And on a personal note, at Inside Lighting, we've got a chance to work with LMPG brands and with ALW in recent years. And so I'm a big fan of both companies, and seeing you folks come together is very exciting. So now the moon ring and the cylinders and those acoustic products that ALW has, among all the others, will be continue to grow on those platforms. And I'm excited for you folks. I'm excited for the ALW team. And can't wait to hear the next big announcement out of LMPG. But congratulations on the news, and thanks for joining us today for this quick conversation.
Thank you, Al. Appreciate it.